Hello ELHAPers, Garg back again. And we've got a lot of different animals this week. We're going to have a look at some fluffy animals or mammals this week. And first thing I will say is today we're filming on a working farm, so I apologise now if you get a big rumble of a tractor or something driving past. I'm sorry about that, but it will only be a split second as they do. Yep, mammals. Let's talk about mammals. Mammals are creatures that are covered in hair and fur. They have live babies, so they don't tend to lay eggs like birds do. Apart from two animals actually, which is the spiny anteater or the echidna, and that one, and the duck-billed platypus. They're the only two mammals that actually lay eggs, and those ones. And the other thing is they feed their babies on milk as well. So first mammal we're going to have a look at has got a reputation for being a little bit stinky. But this one isn't. He's a very good boy. Let me go and find him. We're going to dip out a camera quick and I'll be back with our little friend. He's called Rolo. Here he is. This is Rolo. And Rolo is known as a striped skunk. He's actually a striped chocolate skunk on this one. And it's not because he's made of chocolate. He's actually a bit half and half, this one. He's actually half black and white, which is natural colour. And then the second half of him is actually brown and white. I'll bring him closer to the camera. You may be able to see it a little bit. You may see the colour difference on him a little bit more. There we go. So he's like black and white up here, and then he actually goes to brown and white. So he's a bit washed out at the bottom end. This one, let's come back to him. There we go. Now Rolo's a very good boy. He's not done loads of appearances. We only got him at the beginning of the year, beginning in January. That's when he only came to us. Sadly, he's not actually been out on many shows. He didn't get a chance to go out very much before, so he's just getting used to having lots of cuddles instead with us. Now, we mentioned about that horrible smell that skunks can do. Now, when they spray, they've only actually got up to 6 sprays at a time, and then it can take up to 10 days to produce that smell again. So they don't want to waste their smell. So what they do is they will give you a couple of warnings first, and his first warning would be to stamp his front feet, and that's to get you to run away. If you don't, his last warning would be to turn his back on you, to lift his big fluffy tail, and then the tip of his tail will be left drooping in the air. Let's see if we can show you on him. Ready, you're going to be a good boy. We'll lift him up. Oh, he's got it lifting up at the moment. You left a bit, and he droops down a little bit. There we go. Now it'll be left drooping anywhere from maybe a couple of minutes to a couple of seconds. Almost instantly, as the tip of his tail goes ping in the air, he will squirt you with the most horrible smelling liquid. Now he can squirt that anywhere between 10 to 15 feet. So high as 15 feet is nearly 5 meters with that. And he's very accurate. He'd aim for your face. If you get that liquid, and it is a liquid, in your eyes, very painful, makes your eyes sting, very, very unpleasant. You're going to turn around so we can see you. There we go. It's a better boy, eh? A bit camera shy today. He's a bit camera shy. Now, skunks, again, in the wild, are actually carnivores. They're classed as meat eaters. And in captivity, when they live in zoos, maybe pets, they're actually 90% vegetables and only 10% meat and fruit. There we are. Hello. Good boy, should we go and have a little look at the camera again? Yeah, should we go and say hello? Because we only looked at your back before, we can have a little closer look at your face. There he is. Oh, having a good old sniff. What can you smell? Oh, is that nice? Yeah, good boy. Excellent. Right, let's say goodbye to Rolo. You was a good boy, wasn't you? Yeah, you watching. Yeah, you may be able to hear there's some tractors making a bit of a noise in the background. You're watching them as well, aren't you? Ready? Let's go and put you back, and then we're going to have a look at somebody else. Good boy. Go. Now, the next one we're going to have a look at. We're not going to keep it out very long because it might hide away a little bit, so depending what its behaviour like. But I've got to put on some special gloves for this one because the next one is a little bit prickly. You might be able to guess what it is. Where's it hiding? is our hedgehog. This one is actually an African pygmy hedgehog. Let's bring it a bit closer. We'll see if he'll come out. No, he's not coming out at the moment. Hopefully he will do. And this one, he's got big prickles on his back to protect himself. These ones. And what he will do is, you'll notice he'll have a little twitch. So if an animal comes up to him, he'll twitch his body, have a little twitch, stick those nice prickles in the animal's nose, and hopefully the animal will wander off without being so the hedgehog won't be eaten then. Hopefully. Oh look, he's coming out. Ready, let's bring it forward a bit. Oh, move my hands and see if we can see it. I'll keep my hands still. It's a little bit shy because they're mainly nocturnal, so they'd wake up at night time, these ones. So it might come out. A little bit shy at the moment. Let's bring it closer. You may be able to hear it sniffing. They're having a sniff about that one. He might come out in a bit. He's a little bit shy. These ones. Now these guys, they only live for about 5 or 6 years, so they don't have a massive lifespan. These guys. Let's bring them over here. Oh. And these guys, they only tend to be mainly insects. These ones, they'll have lots of different things, slugs and that sort of thing. And they'll eat a small amount of veg as well. They do only a small amount, but they do things. What they do love is eggs. We give ours either scrambled egg, and sometimes we give them a bit of raw egg as well. They love their scrambled egg. And they get a form of cat biscuits as well, which is really good for them. So that's good for their teeth. And that. Let's come out a little bit. Then we'll step back and come closer. Oh, I think it's a little bit camera shy, isn't it? Yeah, don't be shy. Everyone's very friendly. Yeah. Everyone's very friendly, look. Gonna say hello. Yeah, this one doesn't actually have a pet name yet. I've not named it. Maybe call it Prickles. There we go. But as he's a little bit shy today, we won't keep him out very long. We'll have a look at somebody else. Should we say goodbye? You did come out a little bit, didn't you? Yeah, let's put you in there. Let's have a look. Slide that in quick. I'm going to move on to something. I'll come back so you can actually see who I'm talking to. We're going to look at something fluffy this time. Something very, very fluffy indeed. This one. Here he comes. This is our chinchilla. And we'll have a quick close-up. Let's come a bit closer. Oh. Now these guys are mega, mega soft chinchillas. They come from the very cold mountains in South America called the Andes. These ones. And they have to have thick coats to keep them nice and warm up in the mountains. Obviously it's very snowy, very, very cold. So they've got beautiful thick fur on these ones. And it's so thick, in fact, if I was silly, pulled out one of my hairs, I would have one hair. If I was cruel and mean, which I'm not, and pulled out one of the chinchilla's hairs, again, I wouldn't do that, we would actually have 60 hairs. So that's 60 hairs coming from just one hair follicle. So it makes them so incredibly soft on these guys. And because their fur's so tightly knitted together, they're one of very few creatures that are actually unlikely to get fleas. Because the fur's so tightly knitted together, the fleas can't get down to bite their skin. He's a very good boy, aren't you? Yes. And you'll notice he's got very big ears for listening out, these ones, and fantastic eyesight. Again, mainly nocturnal, waking up at night. And then he's got, we might have to come a bit closer again, up and down today. He's got very big whiskers, and those are to help him at night. So not only his vision, the whiskers are there to make sure the gap between some rocks is big enough for him to fit through. Because he doesn't want to go to jump between two rocks, get his bottom stuck, because otherwise another animal, maybe a mountain fox or something, might come along, try and bite him on his bottom, which you don't want. You don't want something biting your bottom. Never pleasant, is it? No. He's a very good boy. In this country, winter months they love. It's nice and cool for them. Summer months not so pleasant. We do have to work quite hard to be able to keep them very cool because they can overheat too much. But we can tell he's not overheating by looking at their ears. He's got nice beautiful ears. If he's too hot, his ears go bright red, because what he will do is he'll send all the blood, or a lot of the blood from his body, to his ears. The wind blows his ears, cools down his blood, and then it passes around his body. It's a way of cooling him down. He's got air conditioning that way. Good boy. Should we have a little close up of your face? Yay! Nice little twitchy nose. Beautiful. He's sitting very still today. Normally he's jumping all over the place. Ready? And we see on there. We see on there. See on there? Don't disappear down the hole. Oh, he likes all the straw. Just make sure he doesn't disappear down the hole. Yeah, don't jump down the hole. Ah! We'll come back and play later, yeah? We'll have a little play later. Good boy. Now we'll say goodbye to this one. Have a look at somebody else. Ready? In he goes. Sure that's locked up. Sorry. Here he is. Ooh. Look at this one. He's a strange looking creature, this one. Let's come closer so you can see him. Now this is known as a common tenrec or a tailless tenrec. This one. And although he's called a common tenrec, in this country he's not very common at all. Are you? You're quite rare in this country. Madagascar, there are quite a lot where they would come from, but in this country they're not so common. And I'm very lucky to actually have a pair. So we've got a mummy and a daddy one called Mr. and Mrs. Niffler. And we are hoping that in not too distant future, they may have some babies, which would be really nice. You've got fluff on your nose. Why have you got all fluff on your nose? There we go. So hopefully they'll have babies. He won't, obviously he's a boy, only the girls have the babies. But the girls, out of all the types of mammals, the girl tenrecs have the most babies than any other mammal. And they can actually have up to 32 babies in a single litter. So at once they can have 32 babies at once, which is a lot of babies. Luckily, 15 to 20 is most common, but that's still a lot of babies, a lot of children you've got to look after, isn't it? Yeah, so you'll be a busy daddy if you do. Got all those babies to look after. You'll have to help mummy. Will you help mummy? Not so sure. Are you? Now at the moment he has lost a few prickles. It's the time of year they're starting to grow back a little bit now, so it's more wiry hair at the moment than necessarily the prickles, but he's got a few on his head. No, he is only a year old, although he looks like an old man. He's only just over a year old, so you're not actually that old, are you? No, you're a good boy. Right, let's come in. Let's see if you'll sit on my lap like a good boy. Ready? Is he going to sit on there? Is he going to have a little wander round? There you go. Oh, don't fall off. There we go. So he'll sit up there. He's got a wonderful big nose. This one, again, very good sense of smell. Mainly like to eat insects. Again, lots of insects. They will eat maybe chicks as well if they was to find some. Hello. No, I don't want a kiss. Thank you. Lovely. We don't want a kiss from you. No. There we go. He's very, very wiggly, isn't he? Yes. Do you want to have a little sniff on the straw? Do you want to have a little bit? There we go. Sit him on there. If you can see him have a little sniff, I'll step to the side. You can have my seat from it. Oh, look. You've got a wet nose. It's made all my nose wet. Oh, where's he going? Don't go down the hole. Bring him round. You don't disappear in the hole. Oh, you might be able to smell something tasty in there. What's in there? Is there a mouse? There might be a mouse in there that you might want to eat. You would have a go if you could catch a mouse. You're a good boy. Don't you make me all fluffy? There we go. I think that was from the chinchilla. Made me all fluffy, it has. There we go. Mr. Niffler, shall we go back? Do we want to have a look at somebody else? Ready? Come here. Oh! We'll have one more close up. There we go. Oh, he's a bit wiggly. Super duper. Let's go and say bye-bye to you. You was a good boy, well done. Let's find our next fluffy one. The next fluffy one, I'm sure you're going to know exactly what this one is. I'm going to go and find it. You ready? His name is Mika. Let's find Mika. Here he is. This is Mika. Let's come a little bit closer. And Mika is, of course, a meerkat. There we go. Meerkats are very, very nosy. He's going to have a good look round first. See what's going on. What can you see? Oh, lots of stuff today, isn't it? Now, meerkats, they like to live in big groups, what we known as mobs, as well as they do. His little family are back home, or in there, I think. They've come out to say hello. There we go. What are you doing? What can you see? He'll keep looking up in the sky because he's actually looking out for birds. Yeah, in the wild there'd be big birds of prey trying to maybe hunt on them to eat them. Obviously, you're not going to get any birds. No big birds over here to eat you. No, you're quite safe. Yes. Now, being from South Africa, these ones, obviously it's very, very sunny. Luckily, we've been having some nice weather as well. And this one, if we bring him a little bit closer still, you will notice he's got black, if you look the right way, Mika, you look the right way, he's got black circles around his eyes. It's not because he's had too many late nights. Those are, in a sense, sunglasses, because they've got to be able to stand up on their back legs, look around, looking up in the sky. The sun would hurt their eyes otherwise. Having the dark circles, the sun reflects off of those, and he can still have very good vision in bright sunshine with these ones. Isn't it? So you've got your own built-in sunglasses, which is very clever. And they've also got own goggles as well. These ones, they've got their own goggles. We've got two eyelids. We've got top and a bottom, so we can open and shut our eyes. Meerkats and a few other animals have actually gone, we've got what we call a third eyelid that actually comes sideways. And that one is transparent. They can almost see through it. And that's because in the wild, they come from very deserty areas. If it gets a bit windy, the sand blowing up, you don't want all the sand getting in your eyes. Very unpleasant. So they pull that third eyelid across. So they have a little bit of vision, but the sand doesn't go in their eyes and irritate them as well. There we go. Oh, what was that? Oh, he's going to stand up. He heard a noise, so he's got to look out now. What can we see? What can you see? He's standing up nice and tall. Oh, he's looking up. There we go. Ooh, what can you see? Is there any danger? No. No danger about at the minute, is there? Okay. Now, in the wild, these guys would like to eat lots of insects. They'll also eat things like scorpions as well. If they're lucky, on a really good day, they may be able to get a snake as well. They'd even be able to work together as a group and take on venomous snakes like cobras as well. And they do also like to eat a little bit of fruit and veg as well. Some meerkats are better at it than others, eating their veggies. You're not too bad, are you? You eat a bit of your fruit and veg, don't you? Yes. But they do love it. And again, we love to give ours eggs as well. We'll give them hard-boiled egg. We'll give them it with the shell on as well. So then that way they've got to work out how to peel it as well. They've got to roll it around. They've got to bash it and see if they can get the shell off of that. Excellent. Good boy. Well done. Let's come back here. Let's have a look. Down a little bit. Now, let's see. Are you going to stand up on your back legs again? Let's go. Oh, look, there we go. Really big, tall one. There we go. He keeps looking up things. We're actually undercover here, so he's probably looking up. There might be something in one of the rafters that he can see. Excellent. Good boy. Now, sadly, this is our last animal for this episode of the animals, of our mammals. Again, we will be back again, and we will have some other animals to see as well. Hello. You're going to say goodbye saying hello. We've got to say goodbye, haven't we? Yeah, got to say goodbye. That's it. You're going to say bye-bye to everyone. Say thank you for tuning in. That's it. Say bye. And again, thank you very much. We will be back again with some more animals as well. See you next time, guys. Bye.